morning, Copper Basin. Today is Monday, February 24th, 2014. I'm Brandy Myers.
And I'm Tristan Stillwell, and this is Cbtv News at 9.
On today's show, we'll be talking about a church in Copper Hill, Saturday's basketball game, and a teenager who got shot.
So let's get started.
The historic First United Methodist Church building in Copper Hill was heavily damaged by the snowfall 2 weeks ago. The heavy, wet snow that blanketed Fannin County and the Copper Basin for 3 days is being blamed for the collapse of a large section of the roof and portions of 2 sidewalls. City officials have not yet decided what to do about the damage and are still trying to figure out their next move. We probably aren't getting that much snow anytime soon, but let's head to Tristany to find out the weather.
Okay guys, today will be sunny with highs in the mid-40s to upper 50s, and the winds will be 5 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight will be partly cloudy with lows in the mid-20s to lower 30s. Tomorrow will be mostly cloudy with highs in the upper 40s and 50s, and tomorrow night will be mostly cloudy with a slight chance of rain. Then there will be a chance of rain and snow after midnight. Lows will be in the mid-20s and the chance of precipitation is 50%. Now back to Brandon.
Thanks for the weather, Tristany. We have a new segment called Vehicle of the Week, so let's go to that video.
I'm Reed, and on today's episode of Vehicle of the Week, we got Devin. Why don't you tell him what you got?
94 Camaro. It's got a 10-inch Suzuki sub in it, and a 400-watt Jensen.
Alright, now here in a few moments we're going to give you a walk around of the car. We're going to let you listen to the exhaust and hear the sub in action.
And kick it.
Alright guys, be sure to tune. Is it snowing?
Yeah.
Devin, when did you cut your hair?
I don't know.
When did I change clothes?
I did too.
Hot weather today, but be sure to tune in next week to see who's got the next Vehicle of the Week. If you would like to see your vehicle featured on Vehicle of the Week, please contact Aaron, Reed, or Devin.
Thank you to the boys who made that video, and like they said, if you want your car featured in an episode, contact Aaron, Reed, or Devin. Now it's time for sports with Tristany.
The Copper Basin boys basketball team played at Marion County on Saturday. It was a big game in the region tournament, and our boys came out with a win. It was an intense game with the final score being 70-64. Congratulations, boys. Since the boys won, they will be advancing in the region tournament, and their next game is Tuesday. They will be playing Boyd at CSAS at 7:30, so good luck.
A teenager has been shot dead by a policewoman who thought his Nintendo Wii controller was a gun. Officers visited the 17-year-old's home to serve a warrant on his father over a probation violation. When the boy opened the door to let them in, an officer shot him in the chest at point-blank range. Police claimed he was holding a gun, but the teenager's family said he had a Wii controller. Police have refused to confirm if any weapon was found on the scene. The case has been turned over to the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, and the officer who fired the shot has been placed on leave. Now let's go to Tristany with the lunch.
And the moral of the story, do not take your Wii controllers while opening doors. Now for lunch, in line 1 we'll be having turkey hoagie, veggies, trimming, baked chips, fruit, and milk. And in line 2 we'll be having Big Daddy pizza, Green beans, carrots, fruit, and milk. And for tomorrow's breakfast, we'll be having Fruitles, milk, and juice. And in line 2, we'll be having muffins, milk, and juice. Now that's all for lunch.
Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games. We got everything you want. How do we know the names? We are the people that can find whatever you may need.
Hey, be careful with those weed controllers.
Yes.
I'm not sure how that even looks like a gun.
Was it the regular controller or the
That's-
piece that hooks into it?
There is one that kind of looks like a gun, but it didn't say. So it could have just been the regular controller. And it's white. Well, guns are white. I mean, I'm sure it exists, but, whatever. Partners for Health will be offering a free biometric screening for teachers on February 25th, which is tomorrow, from 7 to 12.
Yearbooks are on sale for $55.
The CPR class for teachers has been rescheduled to March 4th. The cost is $10.
The 7th and 10th grade writing assessment are this Wednesday and Thursday.
A representative from Cleveland State will be here March 5th to answer any questions you may have about applications or classes.
Prom dues need to be paid by March 3rd.
And now it's time for the word of the week and word of the day. This week's word of the week is compare.
Compare means to tell how they are alike.
That is not our word.
It is not.
Many people compare cats to dogs when deciding on a pet.
And today's word of the day is...
Rhetoric.
Yeah, rhetoric.
What does it mean, Tristan?
Rhetoric means the art of using words effectively.
Her articulate rhetoric was very convincing to her boss.
And now we have a word from our lovely sponsors.
The call to serve. It has no sound, yet I have heard it in the whispered retelling of honorable sacrifices made by those who have served before me. The call to serve has no form, yet I have clearly seen it in the eyes of men and women infinitely more courageous and more driven than most. The call to serve has no weight, yet I have held it in my hands. I will commit to carry it close to my heart until my country is safe and the anguish of those less fortunate has been soothed. The call to serve is at once invisible and always present. And for those who choose to answer the call, for their country, for their fellow man, for themselves, it is the most powerful force on earth. America's Navy, a global force for good.
So do you think we'll get some snow?
I hope so.
I do too. I just want it to be enough to cancel school.
Yes.
And then I want it to all melt. And then warm up to like 60 degrees.
But the bad thing about snow, when it melts, it's all muddy and gushy, and you step out and you like sink down to your knees in mud. It's awful.
When there's a slight dusting of snow, that happens.
No.
I guess it could. Well, that is all the time we have for today's show.
We will see you tomorrow on Cbtv News at 9.